You are listening to the Fringe Radio Network. FringeRadioNetwork.com.
You're listening to Earth Oddity, a weekly odyssey into all the oddity planet Earth has to offer. And now, serving it up are Christopher Tiny Sullivan and John Long.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Earth Oddity, and we thank you so much for joining us, whether you are what was that one?
Dead in a jail cell in Manhattan.
No, not that one. It was not the handgun at the party.
Playing fetch with the bobcat.
Yes. Whether you are playing fetch with a bobcat and got subsequently banned, or whether you are a bear who's recently landed on the car of a deputy, we thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks for coming in.
As always, my co-host John Long is here with me.
Yes. Hey, what's up, people? And Tiny, how are you?
Yes.
We're both kind of shook because we just had some breaking news happen.
We did.
And we're going to get to that.
But first, I would just like to come forward. If you pay attention to the Facebook group, which is just Earth Oddity Facebook groups, you can join.
Yeah.
All we ask is that you answer some questions, and nobody answers those. We just approve them anyway. So.
Had one guy answer them this week.
We did.
Yeah, right.
But there's actually, I have an apology to make. I said some things that were very discouraging about Eagle Scouts.
Yeah.
May have hurt some feelings, and I just want to come out and say that I'm sorry, and that Eagle Scout is a model that we should all strive for. And Eagle Scouts, they deserve 100% of the credit that they are constantly asking us for. So,
well, on behalf of all Eagle Scouts, Tiny, I just want to say that was a very second-class thing of you to do. Anytime there's a relationship, like you and I are friends, there are going to be rough patches where we, kind of don't get along like we should. It happens in marriages. It happens in, work setting.
It happens in
podcasting. And we just wanted to come clean to everyone and tell everyone who happened to see all of that there is no animosity between Tiny and I. And Susie Vanderker came in right before we recorded with a haymaker on that thread. Just an absolute haymaker out of nowhere. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, you should definitely jump in and check that out.
Yes.
And for those of you that are in the Facebook group already, we just wanted to apologize and let you know there's no problem with us.
Yes.
The band's not breaking up.
We're soldiering on.
That's right. We're going to get through this. We may have to do some counseling with a minister or something to work out our differences over proper respect for Eagle Scouts.
And I would like all the Eagle Scouts to know that there's no reason to suicide me.
Right. Yes. Yeah, they'll come after you. You get some knots put on you in a heartbeat.
Unlike a certain other billionaire.
Oh yeah. Now, this is a big story.
This story dropped
just broke
right before we came in to sit down in this closet and record a podcast.
That's right.
And a huge surprise to nobody, Jeffrey Epstein commits suicide in his Manhattan jail, officials say.
Right. And let's all just credit Tiny for calling this on the last episode, I would like everyone, New York Times, all that, to credit Christopher Tiny Sullivan with the Earth Oddity podcast for calling this early.
The body of Mr. Epstein, the financier indicted on sex trafficking charges last month, was found dead Saturday morning. The financier, who has long been dogged by accusations of sexual abuse to girls and who was able to cultivate a stream of high-profile friends despite his lurid lifestyle, killed himself in his Manhattan jail cell, two law enforcement officials said on Saturday. Two extremely nervous, extremely sweaty law enforcement officials said.
No, they were not not too willing to come forward with details, I imagine.
Mr. Epstein hanged himself, and his body was found at roughly 7:30 a.m. Saturday. That's just a few hours ago from when we're recording this right now.
Absolutely.
At the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan. Last month, a week after being denied bail on federal sex trafficking charges, because, he's just going to fly away to his private island if you let him go, Mr. Epstein was found unconscious in his cell at the jail in Manhattan with marks on his neck. Prison officials had been investigating that incident as a possible suicide attempt.
Oh.
Well, it's possible. But
I thought he was on suicide watch.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. Oh, man.
Well, you don't just, nab the billionaire pedo with connections to rich and powerful people the world over.
Right.
And not put him on suicide watch.
Well, I know. And let's take a moment, Tiny, and all of our listeners to just say that it's good to see, really powerful people on both sides of the political spectrum come together for a common goal and
of keeping things quiet.
Of protecting themselves. And now we know that they can work together. Maybe we can get some stuff done with our taxes, health care. I've had a little bit of rant about health care before.
It's a problem.
And let's get it fixed, so you guys can work together. Thanks for showing us.
Yes, you can fix problems.
Right. Yes,
so there's some other problems
really quickly, by the way. It hadn't been but like a month or two. So
it says it's not immediately clear on Saturday whether Mr. Epstein was under suicide watch or whether the authorities had put in additional safeguards after an earlier incident. I remember that one.
There was the
he tried where everyone was like, everyone was like, no.
Right. Yeah. Oh, this one didn't work. Hey, Bill, this is Donald. It didn't work. First time, didn't work. Let's see. Well, we need to rethink our plan here.
Is this your first suicide? You got to get the A team. Don't send in the B team.
Bill's like, hey, look, I've got experience. Just let me take the lead on this one, Donald. You play on Twitter tonight.
Manhattan federal prosecutors last month charged Mr. Epstein, 66, with sex trafficking of girls, some as young as 14. The indictment renewed attention toward how Mr. Epstein, who had opulent homes, a private jet, and access to elite circles, had escaped severe punishment in an earlier investigation into his abuse of girls more than a decade ago in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
FYI, do you know the name of his private jet?
Oh, I do. It's the Lolita Express.
It is.
It's like, hey, man, can we not be more discreet here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one is aware of a famous novel about an underage sex worker.
Right, yeah.
Called Lolita.
Right, yeah. Nobody.
He avoided federal criminal charges in 2008 after prosecutors brokered a widely criticized deal that allowed him to plead to state charges of solicitation of prostitution from a minor and serve 13 months in jail. Even while in custody, Mr. Epstein was allowed to leave the jail for 12 hours a day. So basically, he's just sleeping there.
He's just I wasn't aware of that part. I knew he had a really cush deal, but
6 days a week to work at his office in Florida. So.
Wow.
For 12 hours a day, he wasn't at the jail.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he just went there to sleep.
He's like on work release or whatever, Yeah.
And I'm sure he does a lot of work in his opulent office. That's probably like a penthouse.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Golly.
Yeah.
It says that the new federal indictment also focused scrutiny on an array of luminaries in government, politics, business, academia, science, and fashion. That's kind of an odd one to tack on the end there.
Right.
With whom Mr. Epstein had associated over the years, including Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew of Britain, and a retail billionaire, Leslie Wexner.
Okay.
So you guys are on watch.
Yeah. I mean, hey, everybody, all eyes are on y'all right now.
On Saturday morning, the Federal Bureau of Prisons did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Mr. Epstein's defense team, the lawyers Reed Weingarten, Marty Weinberg, and Michael Miller, said in a statement that they could not confirm his cause of death and trusted that it would be investigated by the United States Attorney's Office and the United States Marshal Service. Yeah. We're going to let the feds handle this one, guys.
Well, we know they always handle stuff, Yeah.
Yes.
And, I was thinking Prince Andrew, like the British Crown has to have some power to get somebody killed too, Let's not just pin it all on American politicians, right?
There was probably a lot of people who wanted him to shut up.
Yeah. There was probably there was a conference room somewhere with the most powerful people that is known in the world all together going, all right, we got to handle this Epstein problem. We got to handle it quick. You know? So.
They said, quote, "We are enormously sorry to learn of today's news. No one should die in jail," they said.
Agree with that?
Nobody. Not even this guy.
I mean, at old age, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just say all the conspiracy stuff is true.
Right.
And we already know from court documents that there are some pretty elite people that traveled on his airplane and went to his little island and had some parties there and everything.
I'm sure they were playing D&D.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're probably just hanging out. Nothing nefarious going on.
No.
Then I would rather him be alive to testify against them
absolutely. That's true.
Than be dead. Right.
That's true. But now, I'm not going to cry my eyes out over it.
Oh, no. I don't.
But I do. I do agree with you there. Yeah, I would much rather him testify. And let's get all the rats, not just one. Yeah.
I think he probably delayed the inevitable, for himself. Mm-hmm. So, because they just instituted the federal death penalty back, if you didn't know.
Wow. That's news to me. I didn't know
probably
that.
About a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They just decided, hey, we're bringing it back all of a sudden.
Are they going to do it, though?
Yeah, they've already slated some people to.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, to get taken out. So I feel like he probably, I don't know if he murdered anybody, but if he did, I mean, if you're trafficking kids all over the globe, there's a good chance you probably killed one somewhere along the way.
Probably.
I mean, I
don't have a lot of experience. I don't have any experience with human trafficking.
No, I've never trafficked a human.
But I did watch The Transporter. The Transporter.
Yes, I forgot about that movie. I completely erased it from my brain. I've seen that movie. Yeah. There's 15 of them, and they're transported
in a container. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, anyway, it says here that a cache of previously sealed legal documents released on Friday by federal appeals court provided new disturbing details about what was going on inside Mr. Epstein's homes and how his associates recruited young women and children, including from a Florida high school.
So you're saying maybe less than 24 hours after some new revelation surface, he just happens to kill himself?
It's a coincidence.
That's a purely coincidence.
Yes. The documents, among the most expansive set of materials publicly disclosed in the 13 years since Mr. Epstein was first charged with sex crimes, including depositions, police incident reports, photographs.
Oh, yeah.
Receipts, flight logs, and even a memoir written by a woman who said that she was a sex trafficking victim of Mr. Epstein and his acquaintances.
Oh.
The documents were filed as part of a defamation lawsuit in federal court that Virginia Garoof, I think that's what that says, brought in 2015 against Ghislaine Maxwell, Mr. Epstein's longtime companion and confidant. Ms. Garoof, who had accused Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell of sexually assaulting her starting when she was 16, settled the lawsuit with Ms. Maxwell shortly before the trial was to begin in 2017. The Miami Herald and other media outlets petitioned the court to have the lawsuit documents unsealed. That request was initially denied, but the appeals court ordered them released last month.
Oh.
Days after the ruling, on July 3rd, Mr. Epstein was arrested at the airport. I guess, it goes on and on, but we kind of know the story. Yeah. He was arrested. He was in big trouble. And now he has passed on. So,
well, sorry. I hope you made things right with the Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it doesn't seem likely, but
I guess we just chalk this one up as a win for Washington.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I say, good to see our politicians work together and our global elites. Not to sound like Alex Jones, but all come together for a common cause, and that's not war in some Middle Eastern country.
Yeah.
They seem to get together really good on those too. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And handle this problem for society.
For society.
Right.
Not for the safety of the elites.
Yeah, right.
But for the good of us.
For the good of young girls everywhere.
Yeah.
And children. Who knows? There may have been some boys involved. I don't know. But I imagine if he was arrested, there was probably an ongoing investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe any evidence gathered during that time will at some point be presented. But
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Right. Knowing how many things have gotten swept under the rug by our government, I would imagine this probably will all just fade away, and, we'll all start making ourselves old with some face app in the next couple of days and forget all about it. So
let's not forget there's an Area 51 raid coming up.
Oh, yeah. So, that's right. Yes.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck for the Area 51 raid. So
let's see them aliens.
We were both blown away because this happened right before we.
Yeah. And it's something that we joked about happening.
Yeah.
And
I think everyone in America joked about that happening.
Yes.
It was a very common joke. So
it's kind of like we all saw this coming.
Yeah.
But then when it did happen, you're like, oh man,
well, it's almost like, hey, if everybody is saying this is going to happen, we can't let it happen.
Yes.
Right? It's
like Donald Trump getting elected president.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Or Hillary Clinton getting elected president.
You almost said arrested.
Well, that's not going to happen either.
Yeah, like you can't let it happen. I mean, it's just like one of those things that we're like, hey guys, we have to let him sleep in a room with nothing,
Yeah.
And we need to have 24 hours guard posted looking in the window at him or whatever, Nothing can happen to this dude. And here we are.
I know.
He allegedly killed himself, so.
And he may have.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that, but.
Yeah.
At the same time, I also think it's very possible that a guard or somebody who looked like a guard just handed him a towel and said, "You know what to do."
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
right. Like either you do it or I do it. Let's see what happens. Look up. It's time for my break. Here's a bed sheet. I'm going to be back in about 15 minutes, and either this problem's solved or I'll solve it.
Golly.
So.
Anyway, that's enough speculation. What else we got on tap for today?
Well, we have another guy who's gotten in a little trouble. My buddy Paul gave us this story. Paul West, one of my longtime best friends in the whole world, runs a radio show called Jazz Me Blue. You can find it on WDVX.com. We've talked about it before. Really great show.
Yeah.
His last episode was very Jerry Garcia-centric. And it was excellent. I mean, it was great. But all of his shows are great. And he's like a real-time, a real radio person, not just a couple of guys playing in a closet.
Yes,
so
correct.
He sent this story, put it in the group, by the way. Fellow Eagle Scout, too. So I accept your apology on his behalf. This comes from the Chattanooga Times Free Press. Chattanooga man who tried to play fetch with a bobcat banned from reflection riding wildlife exhibits.
Huh.
Now, I have a cat that can fetch. My cat can fetch.
Oh, I was just fixing to say I've never seen a cat play fetch.
My cat has one. My cat has a bobtail too.
Oh.
Well, so, and I just want to say this was not me, okay? Before rumors get out there.
Yes.
But Libby taught the cat to fetch.
The cat fetches for Libby.
She can fetch for anybody.
Wow. Okay.
We had to find her little toy things because she always kicks them up under stuff. But she can do it. Yeah.
Well, now I'm still a dog person, but I do find that fascinating. I'm impressed.
I'm a both person. I don't know why we have to choose.
We don't, but I choose to choose.
Okay. I'm sorry. Tiny is on the record as a cat hater. Okay. He hates Eagle Scouts and he hates cats. All right. We're just covering that right here. Okay, the man who police say let a bobcat out of its cage earlier this year has been banned from wildlife exhibits at Reflection Riding Arboretum and Nature Center. At a court hearing Tuesday morning before General Session Court, Judge Alex McVeigh, 21-year-old Caden Miela, was ordered to pay $387 in restitution and perform 80 hours of community service by removing invasive plants at the center, and is banned from wildlife exhibits at the center, according to court records.
Well, did he hurt the bobcat? He just wanted to play fetch. Is this?
I don't know. Look, bobcats are not cats, They're not house cats. They can be pretty mean, I think.
Well, now I thought all cats were mean.
Yeah, but a bobcat it's got a little more size than your normal house cat.
Right.
The case began in June when Evie, the bobcat, went missing from her cage at the center, setting off a week-long search. Center officials originally thought she had been stolen for the illegal exotic pet trade. Didn't even know there was
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I wonder if Epstein was involved in that. But Miela was identified as a suspect after an unidentified member of the public came forward to the Nature Center's personnel about his potential involvement. When confronted by police, Miela told them that Evie escaped as he tried to play fetch with her while drunk one night.
Huh.
Imagine that.
Okay.
He then attempted to capture her but was unable. Cats are hard to wrangle.
They are.
They're not like a dog. You can't just call them over to you. And he was issued a citation in lieu of an arrest for criminal trespassing and vandalism. And the cat, eventually returned to the area and is back in the center's care. So,
don't play fetch with cats.
Yeah, have a few beers, a couple beers, and you decide you want to play catch with a bobcat. Seems pretty normal, logical chain of thought there that, hey, I'm going to play fetch with the bobcat, which maybe the bobcat already knew how to fetch. I don't know.
Right.
But I know if it gets loose, it's got to be hard for it to just wander back. Although, there's all kind of stories about people moving and taking their cat with them, and then the cat just shows back up at their old house,
I have seen that on Unsolved Mysteries way back in the day. Right. They had an episode on
I know people it's happened to.
Dogs too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as much as cats, but there's been stories about dogs that just show up too. In fact, my grandpa, he had a dog, and I'm trying to think of its name. I think its name was Buster or something.
It's a good dog name.
Yeah, it was a mean dog.
Oh.
It would bark at everyone who walked by, and it would, it's viciously would, bounce on the fence and try to get out. And so my grandpa decided to give him away, and he gave him to a friend that he had that lived out in Ecola, which is a very rural farming community here in Alabama. And sure enough, 6 weeks later, one day my grandpa was just sitting out on the porch,
Here comes the dog.
And my grandpa lived right in the heart of Tuscaloosa, right there in the middle of the city. And he just walked up. Huh. He just ran away one day and walked up.
You got to let him stay at that point,
Yeah. No matter how big a nuisance he is to the other kids in the neighborhood.
You just got to let him stay. Hey, man, you put in your effort, But yeah, I don't know why this dude would want to play fetch with a bobcat. Bobcats, they'll rip your face off if they want to. So
they would try.
Yeah, try. I mean, I think I could probably take a bobcat in a fight. Now,
I don't want to fight a bobcat.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to fight anybody if I don't have to, because nobody wins in a fight.
Right.
Even if you win the fight, you're still going to walk away with some bumps and bruises.
Now, what about a mountain lion? You think you could take a mountain lion? I don't.
I was about to say, I think a mountain lion probably, I would say maybe 50-50. Do I have a weapon? I'm a human.
No, I mean, you just have whatever you have on you.
So I can take off my belt and try to strangle it.
Yeah.
And I always carry a pocket knife.
Okay.
So.
Right. So you have that.
I have that.
Now, I want to see you get your belt off. Other things biting on the nape of your neck and everything, clawing at your eyeballs.
Say, is this a stupid mountain lion? Is he going to go for my leg or something?
I don't think mountain lions are stupid. I think cats in general,
That's true.
All they want to do is kill. So they just know what to do.
But I mean, somewhere along the evolutionary line, there's got to be a few that were rejects, right?
Maybe so. Yeah. And I mean, we have mainly through deforestation, subjugated the mountain lion population in America. But I don't think I could take one. If they get the jump on you.
I was about to say, I don't think I could either, but I don't want to just come right out and say there's no way I could survive a mountain lion attack. Because people have survived them before, I
feel like if I saw it, hey, I'm coming up the trail and it's on the other end, it's standing there hey, we got some problems, then I could prepare myself. But say it jumps out of a tree on me and I never knew it was there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a goner.
Right. Absolutely. That is true.
Right. And that's probably their preferred hunting method, I would think. Not just, Yeah, I don't know.
Do I have access to Metallica on my cell phone?
That's right. Yeah, we did have a story
that
right?
we didn't have time for last week. A lady, she telepathically told him online that she was going to beat it up if it didn't leave, and she played
Metallica.
Played Metallica on her phone. And
probably some of their later stuff. That would run a lot of people off.
Yes, true.
Right?
anything Saint Anger and Post.
I'm anything after Injustice for All, really.
Really?
Yeah. I'm old school. Weird story. This has nothing to do with anything. My mom and grandmother drove me to Tuscaloosa to buy the cassette tape of Metallica and Justice for All, and I listened to it from Tuscaloosa to Fayette, about a 45-minute drive, though you don't know, with my mom and grandmother in the phone. So tolerant and loving, or in the car, I should say. So tolerant and loving of them.
Well, that's a decent album. So.
Yeah, that was a great album.
So yeah,
that was their peak. It's been downhill since then. They cut their hair and hated Napster, and they've just ruined everything. So yeah, we have to pay for music now. Thanks, Lars. Appreciate it. Yes. Appreciate it, buddy. Very, very rebel, metal of you, whatever.
Yeah, guys like us who have no shot at fame and millions of dollars.
That's right.
Now we have to spend more money.
That's right. Now we got to $1 a download for your stupid album, whatever. I still listen to Ride the Lightning on cassette tape, so whatever. Who's winning now, buddy?
Okay, well, before we get a lawsuit slapped on us.
That's right. What if we got sued by Metallica? That would be awesome.
That really would be good, because at least people would have heard of us.
Well, and I would like to just show up to court, just me and you, no legal representation or anything. They can't get much from us, but neither one of us have anything,
I've got a briefcase that I dug out of a wastebasket somewhere.
Yes.
and what is it full of? It's full of snap caps, water balloons, and maybe a fake mustache.
That's right. We just make a mockery of the justice system.
We're wearing Groucho Marx glasses.
That's right. I would like to dress as 1984 James Hetfield, big hair, handlebar mustache. Yeah.
I would just say objection to whatever was being said.
Right.
Even if I didn't have a valid objection, I would probably get held in contempt.
We're calling our friends up for just to get them on the witness stand just for no reason at all. I would like to call Casey Dunaway to the stand, and they're like, what relevance does he have to this case? Absolutely none, sir. A big Metallica fan.
The prosecutor asked me a question and be like, okay, I'm going to ask the audience on this one. It's Millionaire.
Right. Can I phone a friend? I say bring it on, Lars. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of you.
Oh, man. Well, John, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do this next story. What if you were just driving along, minding your own business, and something fell on your car? And
that could be a bad scenario,
Okay, just off the top of your head, what are you gonna? I'll need you to investigate as private dragon booty. Investigate this.
My first thought would probably be tree limb.
Okay,
or road debris.
Okay,
something fell off a truck or something, or a 18-wheeler threw his tread off of his tire. Or something.
Okay, you get out of the car and there's no
none of that.
No plant, no limbs, no leaves, none of that. What you do see is some fur.
Oh, and deer. That's my first thought. Deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a deer.
Oh.
It's larger than a deer. Whatever fell on your car was big enough to cause you to wreck, and then cause a wildfire.
Oh, a wildfire!
The car caught on fire.
Wow!
And it could be Bigfoot, but it wasn't Bigfoot. No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with. Probably. I'm just trying to think of things that get hit in the road and are big enough to do that. Maybe a bear.
A bear.
A bear. There we go. Okay.
A falling bear lands on a deputy's car and causes a crash and a subsequent wildfire.
Oh wow! So he's not on board with Blue Lives Matter. I bet it was a black bear.
Maybe.
Was that joke over the line?
It was funny.
I was saying, let me get my redneck persona on. I don't see no polar bears attacking the police. Yeah. I don't see none of them polar bears out there. It's always a black bear.
I was just going to say, well, if you try to, make that joke a little bit more palatable, what are you going to say? Brown bear? Right. It's no better.
It's no better at all. I'm kidding. That's bad. I don't know if that was a bad joke or not.
I was about to say.
Bears can't be racist, though. So.
That's true.
Right.
They can be speciesist.
I guess, yeah. They will eat you, regardless of race.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. I don't think I could take a bear in a fight, too. I'd just like to say that.
No, me either. A hit-and-run bear dropped out of the sky, landing on top of a Humboldt County Sheriff's deputy cruiser that was responding to a call on Highway 96 near Wichipec last weekend.
What was the name of that place again?
Wichipec.
Okay. Perfect. Nailed
Wichipec,
it. Yeah. Sounds great.
The Bruin, is that another name for a bear? Is it like a West Coast term?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
UCLA Bruins.
Okay, well, the Bruins.
It means average football team. Average Pac-10 football team. That's a Greek translation.
Yeah, there you go. The Bruins smashed the hood and windshield, causing the vehicle to strike an embankment, flip over, and catch fire.
Wow.
The flames engulfed the car and ignited vegetation, which sparked a wildfire. According to reports from KRCR-TV, the sheriff's office and Caltrans, the deputy was responding with lights flashing and sirens blaring to a report of a drug overdose near Orleans about 11 p.m. Saturday. When the bear apparently fell or maybe jumped off of a steep embankment and crashed into his patrol car.
Wow. Did it kill the bear? I may have missed that part.
I don't think so. It says that the deputy, who was not identified, managed to escape the burning vehicle and was not seriously injured. One could say he barely escaped.
Oh, nice. Nice.
The fire spread to a hillside, scorching about half an acre before being extinguished by the Hoopla Fire and Hoopla Volunteer Fire Departments. The bear fled the scene of the accident. Its condition and whereabouts are unknown.
Oh, okay.
So...
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, if it died, you got to stuff that,
Well, I mean, it says that it either fell or it jumped.
Right.
If it fell, hopefully it's okay. And if it jumped, maybe it realizes that, that's not the only answer.
Right. Yeah. True. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
There's more fish in the stream.
That's right. Yeah. It's spawning season's coming up. You just got to last. Seasonal depression is a real thing, Yes. You just got to make it till it gets there. I feel like I made the best joke I could make on the story right at the front. I don't know what you would do. Definitely crap your pants, number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would think the bear probably was just doing bear things and just happened to land on top of a cop car. So.
You don't think he was involved in a sex trafficking ring?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't identify the officer.
No.
Maybe he was part of all of it.
Yeah.
The occultists can definitely control animals. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
This is Earth Oddity. Hi-ya!
Moving along, all the rest of my stories involve a little bit of sensitive stuff.
Okay.
So just as fair warning to
if
all the primitive Baptists out there, you might want to tune out. Yeah.
So if pedos getting suicided in jail wasn't dark enough.
No, right.
Here we go.
None of it's really dark.
That's true. This is not dark, but it's definitely not something that you would want elementary schoolers hearing about, just because they're going to ask questions that you may not be ready to answer.
If you're in the car rider line, dropping your kids off at school, just press pause,
Right.
Because the next two stories are out of Florida, or the next three stories I got two out of Florida and one from Louisiana. So things can get wild in both of those places.
They can.
So the headline for this one reads, and thanks to Todd once again, like contributing editor really is what he should be to Earth Oddity Podcast. Florida homeowner says someone stole handgun from his bedroom during sex party.
Well, that can happen. So,
oh, yeah. A Florida homeowner says someone stole a 9mm Glock handgun, so at least they took trash off of his hands, from his bedroom during a weekend sex party. But Volusia County Sheriff Sergeant Todd Smith tells the Daytona Beach News Journal the homeowner couldn't give detectives the names of possible suspects. Guess why?
He didn't know him?
Because the 20 or so people attending the sex orgy wore masks. Which I want to go on record here. I've never been to an orgy. Surprise, surprise.
Yes.
But I feel like I would go with a mask. Yeah. I don't know if that's standard orgy protocol. I've seen a few videos floating around, but I would wear a mask too. You don't want another Baptist in there knowing who you are. Yeah.
Yes.
Smith says a handgun was apparently on a bedroom nightstand during the party, and it was taken between July 19th and July 21st and reported later.
What's this country coming to? You can't even trust random sex partners that you have just met.
Right. Yes. The homeowner said the party was advertised on social media and guests were encouraged to bring friends. Now, I would like, where are these groups on social media?
Yes. I was just like, again, surprised to no one. I have never been invited to a sex orgy.
Yeah. They look at me like, no. And they encouraged the attendees to use fictitious names or no name at all.
My name would be DJ Fishbone.
I think I would go with John Long. That's a great orgy name, Great orgy name. And maybe John's son Long, He said he probably only knew about 5 of the guests that entered the home that weekend, and Smith says it's unlikely they'll solve the crime. Yeah, given the information, the cops kind of are hamstrung, I guess, in this.
Yep.
So just let that be a lesson to everyone. Secure your firearms, especially during an anonymous sex orgy. Okay? I don't know why you would have it laying out on your nightstand anyway. You got to know something's going to go on in the bedroom. I realize probably couch, kitchen, everything. Which, by the way, just to this guy, might want to sanitize your kitchen. Let's just run a few Clorox wipes over the counters, all of that. Maybe run your big utensils through the dishwasher.
Right.
But yeah, you got to know the bedroom is in play in an orgy, I would imagine.
That's like mission control.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. Then why do you leave your pistol laying on the nightstand?
Well, now maybe this is just the Sullivan family being very distrusting, but we were always kind of like, anytime you have, strangers over, you want to kind of lock up your valuables.
Right, exactly.
I mean, close friends is one thing, right. But if you're having like a party and there's a lot of people that maybe you kind of know a little bit, but don't know them well, you don't want to leave, your best jewelry just laying out on the nightstand or something.
No, right. Or your pistol.
I mean,
maybe they were doing some things with it. I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. I don't know.
That breaks all 4 rules of gun safety, I'm afraid.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. But now this guy has an opportunity to buy a better pistol. And just like to congratulate him on that. And, in the future, when you have an anonymous masked sex orgy, let's just lock the firearms up. You won't have this problem. There's plenty of entertainment going on. We don't have to have our gun play, involved. Or get a holster. You can wear a holster when you're nude, and keep it on you. I'm just saying, if you feel the need to be armed, because you got probably a bunch of weirdos come to your house,
I would have a holster with a water pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Filled with baby oil.
Yeah, baby. Oh, there you go. Now you're talking. You're talking about a good time. Plastic sheets on everything. I got you. I know where you're going. That's it.
Oh, we're terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't get into an orgy. That would be so weird for me. I've never had a professional massage before because I don't want anybody touching me but my woman. I'm very weird about that. Yeah. I cannot imagine enjoying an orgy,
just in case there are some people out there who maybe,
if you're into that lifestyle, write us or call in.
If you're into that lifestyle, listen to this next story.
Okay.
Toilet explodes in Florida home after lightning strikes a septic tank.
Okay. This is a separate event.
We got to bring it down. Yeah. I got to bring this down. It's getting too hot. Things are getting too hot here. And I get back to some kind of semblance of modesty. Everybody, let's think about exploding toilets, okay?
Right.
A Florida homeowner got an explosive surprise over the weekend after a lightning strike triggered a blast that destroyed a toilet.
Oh, wow.
Mary Lou Ward and her husband were sitting in their Port Charlotte home as a thunderstorm rolled through on Sunday when she heard a boom that was the loudest noise that she had ever heard. Thank goodness she wasn't using the toilet at the time.
I've always heard don't take a shower during a storm.
I know.
But never don't use the toilet. I have dumped it up during many thunderstorms.
Yes. We smelled smoke and I looked outside, Ward told WINK News. That's Wink News.
That's right. Very good.
Yeah. It was the smoke from the septic tank that was coming. When she stepped into her bathroom, she discovered the toilet was now in hundreds of pieces. So it just blew it apart, blew it to pieces. A plumber from A1 Affordable Plumbing Incorporated told the couple that the lightning strike ignited methane gas that built up in the pipes in the septic tank.
Yeah.
Methane is typically emitted during the breakdown of sewage and waste systems. Mm-hmm. The toilet exploded in the homeowner's master bathroom, sending porcelain airborne like a missile.
Wow.
It penetrated the wall even.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Most likely, all sewer piping will need to be replaced, and the septic tank, of course, the plumber posted to Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, no one was hurt. Scheduling a camera inspection this week to see how much sanitary pipe needs to be replaced. Besides her toilet being destroyed, Ward said that her septic tank and indoor plumbing were also wrecked. The blast also broke a window in the couple's master bedroom and destroyed yard decorations. No one was hurt during the incident, but Ward said it made her feel lucky.
Okay.
I'm just glad none of us were on the toilet, she told Wink News. That's the main thing.
Right. Wow. That's shocking.
I know. In 2018, the Sunshine State had the highest density of lightning strikes, according to environmental measurement specialist Vasila released its annual lightning report. Florida had the highest average of negative ground-to-cloud flasher per square mile, with 24, according to the study. I don't know what that last paragraph just said.
I think they're saying they have a lot of lightning strikes down there.
A lot of lightning strikes in Florida. Lightning typically strikes tall objects such as trees and skyscrapers because of their tops are closer to the base of the storm cloud, according to National Severe Storms Laboratory. Mm-hmm. However, this does not always mean tall objects will be struck. It all depends on where the charges accumulate, according to the agency. Lightning can strike the ground in an open field, even if the tree line is close by. So far this year, there have been 10 lightning strike-related deaths this year, according to the National Weather Service. Those deaths were reported in Florida, Texas, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, and Alabama.
That's a pretty southeast-centric list there. I don't know, like one poor dude up in Pennsylvania, but everybody else is in the Southeastern Conference.
That's true.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, good thing nobody's on the toilet.
I know.
You know, apparently haven't been to Taco Bell that day. Yeah, but that is just, I don't know what you do. You know, I mean, that's a heck of a homeowner's insurance claim, by the way.
Yeah.
That'll be on a farmer's commercial if they have farmer's insurance. Yeah.
Or Mayhem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And we had a septic tank for a little while. Our first house had a septic tank. And, man, it could have been me. You know, it could have been me. Thank you for not letting that happen, Lord. We on city water now, so yeah. Some folks don't know about that septic tank life at all.
I don't know anything about it at this point.
It's no big deal. Mm-hmm. You really don't notice any difference unless it backs up or whatever. Yeah, which happened to us one time. Had to get it pumped out.
Whoops! Oh man.
Yeah, got some really green spots in your yard though, under the field lines. Yeah.
What you got next?
Well, this comes from WCTV.tv. Tallahassee man arrested after flashing woman at liquor store. We had another flasher in Florida on the last show, you know?
Yes.
So just be aware, ladies in Florida, that this could be a problem. The Wakulla County Sheriff's Office said a 54-year-old Tallahassee man was arrested for flashing a woman at a liquor store in Panacea. The woman told the sheriff's office on the day of the incident the man she didn't know entered the liquor store and started talking to her. Hey, what booze you getting? You know, I'm a Mad Dog 2020 man or whatever.
Yeah.
She told deputies he was acting strangely and pacing back and forth. He walked behind a display and pulled out his penis and said, "Hey, look at this."
No. No.
Worst circle game ever, by the way. The sheriff's officer reviewed surveillance footage from the business, and the man left the store driving east on Coastal Highway in what appeared to be a silver Hyundai sedan. Hyundai, noted vehicle of flashers. After investigating, sheriff's office detectives identified Tallahassee man John Womack, giving a bad name to Johns everywhere.
Oh, man.
As the man who exposed himself. Detectives interrogated him at the Criminal Investigations Division office. Womack admitted he was at the liquor store, but while reviewing video surveillance with detectives, he told them he must have walked out of the bathroom with his penis still out of his pants, according to the sheriff's office.
Dude.
Wild explanation, by the way.
Oh, my gosh.
I just forgot to put her on. I forgot to holster that bad boy.
Golly.
Got to shake it a few times. Everybody knows that.
Oh, man.
The sheriff's office said the video showed that Womack never went to the bathroom, and Womack denied asking the woman to look at his penis. An arrest warrant charging Womack with indecent exposure was filed on Tuesday, and he was arrested on Wednesday at his home in Leon County. So, finally got one off the street. One penis off the street. Florida is safer for ladies everywhere.
Yes.
I just can't imagine, like, you watching the video surveillance of yourself. You already know what you did, and going with, I must have came out of the bathroom with it still out. You know,
man.
But I respect his moxie of denying everything until you absolutely can't anymore. So that's always been my plan. So, but yeah, hey, look at this.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Golly.
look at this. Maybe he was just looking for a good time. Hey, let's buy a couple bottles of wine and have a good night.
Well, we talked about this last week. I just don't see the appeal. And I bet that's worked for him a total of 0 times.
Exactly.
So
right. Yeah.
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, keep it to yourself. Right. Women in general aren't like as visually stimulated as men are, right?
That's why ugly dudes like me and you can marry beautiful women like Tara and Deetra.
I mean, there's one rule. All right. Like if you're a hot guy, like you got abs and all that stuff, you know, like you can get a woman.
Right.
If you're not in that category, you got to be rich or you got to be funny. Otherwise, you got to show your penis to people in a liquor store.
And go home by yourself.
That's right. That's pretty much how it works, okay?
Yeah.
So if you're hot and have money, I mean, you can take over the world.
Right.
But that's just how it works if you're a guy. And so if you're not super hot, you better develop a sense of humor real quick, okay?
Yes.
I was saying, advice for any single men out there.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on to my last story. And this is a very short one. We're just going to blow through it real quick. But Bernie Sanders pledges to reveal info on aliens if he wins 2020.
Got my vote, Bernie.
I was about to say, I don't know. No, that's not as, me personally, that's not as impressive as a cure for cancer.
True. True. Joe's still struggling.
As much as I would like to know about UFOs and aliens, I think I'm going to go with the cure for cancer.
As I said in the Facebook group, what if the aliens have the cure for cancer, though?
Oh, man.
And we've been storing them at Area 51. Big Pharma is storing them at Area 51 to keep them from releasing it. I'm just familiar enough with conspiracies to like get something like that hyped up, you know?
Yes. Well, maybe we'll find out come September 20th.
Right. Oh, yeah.
when
we
internet
storm the
nerds release the aliens.
That's right. Yes.
Hopefully they're benevolent. I'm sure.
Benevolent.
Yes.
Isn't that a bad witch from a Disney movie?
That's malevolent.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Yes.
Benevolent.
God, I hate words. Why are they so hard?
So hard, man. I should have paid more attention in school.
Anyway, Senator Bernie Sanders pledged as president, he would disclose government information about aliens and unidentified flying objects.
Amen.
Now, I would imagine that would just simply be there's no evidence to support the existence of
we
extraterrestrials.
have probably all the stuff they're already releasing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sanders, one of the leading 2020 Democrats, although he's not doing as well as he had been. He's still near the front of the pack, but it's still Biden.
Is Biden still?
Yeah.
Wow.
People want that cure for cancer.
I'm going to just say Democrats. Biden is going to get destroyed,
Well.
Yeah. Bernie at least has the everybody's going to get everything for free in his pocket,
right.
And that's a huge draw, especially if you're broke. So
yeah. And also college is free.
Oh, yeah. Which
let me just say,
hey, go ahead.
I don't think it's the worst idea to take some of the defense spending that we spend massively on our military.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst idea to maybe cull a little bit of that and put it to other things.
And how about,
especially seeing as that we're not in a war currently.
Right. How about we have the technology to do a lot of these like low level courses online?
Yeah.
For, a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, we can make those for free. You
pay a guy one time to do the curriculum and the videos for it and then done. Boom.
Yeah,
and then you just use it until it's time to update it.
And the internet saves us once again.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think we could cut the cost of high education.
Yes. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of educators out there that are scared to death of that.
Well, they figured out when we were like, we're going to give everybody money or these student loans to go to school that, okay, well, let's start upping tuition, Like my last semester at Alabama tuition is probably like $10,000 more than it was when I was there. So, and that's about the time everybody's like, we need to give student loans to everyone. Let's take an 18-year-old kid and let him get $100,000 in debt. Seems like a wise thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, don't get me started on all that. Okay. Well, I think we need to control the cost of higher education. And I think everyone getting an education is a good thing for society. I'll just say that. Leave me out of everything else.
Well, anyway, Sanders, one of the leading 2020 Democrats, told podcast host Joe Rogan on Tuesday that his wife would demand he tell people about the mysterious phenomenon.
Oh.
I'm about 45 minutes in. I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, yeah?
But
when you're
I
only listen to Earth Oddity, by the way, and a sports podcast. But when your wife gets on you about something, you're going to get it done.
That's true.
She won't let it go,
When Rogan asked whether his wife was a UFO nut, he said that she wasn't, but said that she has previously asked him about the information that he might have as a senator. No, she's not a UFO nut. She goes, Bernie, what is going on, do you know? Can you do a Bernie?
I can't do an accent.
What is going on, do you know? Do you have any access?
That's pretty solid.
Well, it's a Southerner trying to do a Vermont Bernie Sanders.
Pretty solid.
All right, we'll announce it on the show. How's that? Sanders later said after Rogan pressed him on the issue. His comments came amid months of renewed attention given to the issue. The Defense Department reportedly briefed Senate Intelligence Committee Vice Chairman Mark Warner in June, along with two other senators, as part of what appeared to be heightened efforts to inform politicians about naval encounters with unidentified aircraft.
Okay.
Warner's spokesperson indicated that the senator sought to probe safety concerns surrounding unexplained interference naval pilots faced, according to Politico. The outlet reported more briefings were being requested as news surfaced that the Navy revised its procedures for personnel reporting on unusual aircraft sightings. As part of a program investigating the issue, naval personnel reportedly told Pentagon officials that they encountered aircraft that appeared to defy the laws of physics and aerodynamics while they were in military airspace. Navy strike group pilots also reported seeing strange objects flying above 30,000 feet at hypersonic speeds with no visible engine or infrared exhaust fumes, according to the New York Times. President Trump has said that he doesn't believe UFOs exist, but is open to the idea. Well, I don't want to really get into it too much, but personally, I tend to doubt it. He previously told Fox News host Tucker Carlson, I'm not a believer, but I guess anything is possible. So,
well,
I mean,
let's hear about them aliens,
Yes.
I'm saying, let's hear about them aliens.
Free school and aliens.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's on a podcast with Joe Rogan. What are you going to say? Like, no, I would keep it secret.
Yeah.
I would not divulge the information to the American public. It would still only be known by the top 1%. You're not going to say that.
No, yeah.
So.
Well, good for Bernie.
Yeah.
I think we should get all that out there, personally.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. I got one last story here.
Okay.
It comes out of West Monroe, Louisiana.
Wow.
Yeah. The home of the Robertsons from Duck Dynasty.
Fan. Yeah.
This is not a Duck Dynasty person, though, I'd just say.
Okay.
Not affiliated with the Robertsons.
Or Duck Commander.
Yeah, Duck Commander, any of that stuff.
Right.
This is the headline. Police. Woman found with meth in vagina claims it isn't hers.
That's what they all say.
Police in Louisiana say they found meth when they did a body cavity search on a woman who claimed the drug wasn't hers and she didn't know how it got there. And we've all been there before. We've all been there before.
It was aliens.
Yes. The Parish Sheriff's Office said 23-year-old Ashley Rowland of Galliano was arrested July 31st on a felony theft charge and possession of a controlled dangerous substance after a man she had been staying with for about a week complained she took about $5,000 off his dresser and left.
Okay.
I think that's called prostitution,
Yes.
Don't they leave the money on the dresser? I don't know. Authorities say a female correctional officer found $6,233 along with a clear plastic bag of roughly 1 gram of methamphetamine in Roland's vagina. So she had $6,000 in her vagina too?
Golly.
Wow.
Man.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is, wow. Maybe she had the money like in her back pocket and just the meth in her vagina.
I don't know.
I know babies come out of there, so
But let this also be a lesson to everyone who uses recreational drugs.
Yeah.
That,
you can store them in your vagina.
And also, when you go to use those drugs, there's no telling where they've been before.
Right. Well, they're in a bag. It's clean. It's just everything on the inside's clean.
Well, I mean,
like if you get a bag of Lay's at the grocery store and you drop it on the floor, it doesn't affect the chips on the inside.
That's true, but would you eat those chips if they had been up someone's rectum?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I have to say yes now because I've already taken a stance. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Obama said it $8,000, and jail records don't indicate if she has an attorney. I'm willing to bet she probably doesn't have one on retainer.
Public defender.
She's going to get a public defender.
It's going to be a Better Call Saul, dude.
Oh, well, the problem with public defenders is they don't really get paid, to do the work for you. I mean, they do.
Chances are they're interested in getting you the best deal they can get you.
My recommendation, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but my recommendation to anyone is if you can pay a lawyer, let's pay a lawyer.
Yes.
Much better when you can say, hey, I just handed you whatever $2,000 to handle this problem for me than, hey guys, the taxpayers are footing the bill for this and you'll probably get a payment in a while.
Unless you just want to go kick it with your homies in prison.
Yeah, in prison, right.
Then,
Yeah, maybe kill a child sex trafficker or something. But yeah, let's just general rule, let's not put anything up any orifice, and especially methamphetamine, Yeah. If your little knot in your baggie comes undone, it could probably be bad.
Real bad.
Think. Yeah. Or maybe real amazing. I don't know, anyways, this girl's, I'm still puzzled about the $6,000. Like, do you think she had a rubber band around, like rolled it up, had a rubber band around? I don't know.
I don't know.
So let's talk about our original sponsor, Cajun Curl. Everybody loves Cajun Curl. We're going to talk about Cajun Curl, and you have to listen to us as we talk about Cajun Curl because there's a special promo code in this ad that you may not be aware of, okay?
And it's totally not written down in the show notes for everyone to look at just by clicking details on the episode.
This is for like a Madden download. Let's say that,
but maybe not.
I mean, nobody knows. You have to listen to find out. Okay? Created on the Elm Bayou in Evangeline Parish, Louisiana, it's a seasoning that goes on everything. Also started a paragraph late on my reading here. That's where Cajun Curl was created. And we want to thank them for all of their help and their support. Check them out at CajunCurl.com. and you can order their spice on the website and their cutter for potatoes. Like I said, it was created down on Evangeline Parish. No connection with the lady who just was in our last story. And she had nothing to do with making or transporting Cajun Curl. If you're cooking or eating, this is a spice for you. Cajun Curl Bayou Blended Spice goes well with chicken, beef, pork, potatoes, and anything else you can think of putting it on. The spiral potato cutter is absolutely amazing. It's easy to use, it's easy to clean, and it will allow you to make your own chips using the Cajun Curl spice. If you want to turn your next anonymous sex orgy up a notch, imagine whipping up a batch of homemade potato chips. You leave those on your nightstand, nobody's even going to notice the pistol there, right? Mm-hmm. Let's all wash your hands, though, okay? Your partner isn't going to be able to top that. And let me tell you, the homemade Cajun Curl potato chips are amazing.
They are.
On their website, CajunCurl.com, you can not only order the original Bayou Blended Spice, but the Cajun Curl chip cutter as well. You'll also find recipes that are absolutely mind-blowing. You can locate your nearest retailer or order your own. If your local grocer doesn't carry world-famous Cajun Curl Bayou Blended Spice, ask them to start stocking it now. Locally in Alabama here in Tuscaloosa, it's available at Vowell's Fresh Market on Skyland Boulevard, South's Finest Meats, Mark's Mart in Northport, downtown Northport, and the Piggly Wiggly over in Northport. So
yeah.
All of their products are made in the USA, so not only do you enjoy the taste of Cajun Curl, but you also feel patriotic while you enjoy your meal. It's all natural, it's low salt, and it has a little kick to it, but it doesn't burn your lips. World famous Cajun Curl Bayou Blended Spice, taste the spice but not the heat, CajunCurl.com. Check them out there and use the promo code EOP10, that's EOP and the number 10 to get a 10% discount.
Because we ask that you use the spice, but we don't ask you to pay full price.
That's right.
Okay, we don't have any reviews this week.
Right.
But the show is...
we're growing.
We're small. We're very, very small,
right.
But we are growing.
That's right.
And we've actually just recently got our very first two ad campaigns.
That's right.
One is running in the Louisville, Kentucky area.
Yep. That's that's Dane Cook, Kevin James, and who else?
Nick Offerman. They are all doing shows at a comedy club in Louisville.
And they approached us
they did
to ask to run ads on our show.
And we've made 2 cents
so that's
from
great.
that running ad campaign.
But it just started, I mean, it just started.
Yes.
So if you know anyone in the Louisville, Kentucky area,
tell them to download
them to download and listen to our show. Definitely download.
But another campaign that we're actually more excited about is 5-star doors in Michigan.
That's right.
So anyone in Michigan listening to this,
we're huge with the postal carriers up in Michigan. I mean, there are some of our strongest supporters.
Yeah, you got to get all your friends on board listening to the show.
Right. Just snatch their phone and download it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Right, yeah.
But
just snatch their phone and download it without their consent. It's fine. It's not a law against that, I'm sure. And but yes, and then patronize 5-star doors. You may need some door work. My dog has chewed up the door at my new house. So
yeah,
just so
if only we had a 5-star doors in Alabama.
Maybe he will come down here and just do it for us. He can come down for Thanksgiving. I got some kin folks still up in Michigan. They come down every Thanksgiving. Just ride down with them, man. But yes, let everyone know in Michigan, if you listen to this anywhere in the world and you know somebody in Michigan, you need to press pause, call them, tell them to download the show. That's all you got to do, you know?
We double dog dare you.
Oh, yeah. You're scared. You ain't going to do it. You ain't going to do it. You're so scared. Golly. Such a scaredy, You won't do it. You won't do it. I don't even think you will. You won't do it.
You know what? This is just like the girl who I asked out in high school who told me yes, but didn't want to be seen in public with me.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. Yeah.
That's the
not to me, but to other people, yeah.
That's the listeners who don't want to tell their friends about this show. You like to laugh.
Right.
You like to listen to the show.
You're a little embarrassed
but you're a little embarrassed about it. Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it. But yes, just tell your friends up in Michigan or in the Louisville, Kentucky area, the Bluegrass State. We love Kentucky.
Yeah.
to download the show. That's all we're asking you to do. You know? Tiny's got to recoup some investments here. So we need this. We're growing. They wanted to work with us. We haven't approached anybody. They all approached us, you know, which I think says volumes about what we're doing here. And Tiny, you can't laugh while I'm saying all that.
Sorry.
This is the salesman in me coming out, okay? Yes. But they approached us. We hadn't approached anybody.
They did.
In fact, all of our advertisers, Cajun Curl and these two, all approached us.
That's true.
Because they know a good thing when they hear it.
Right.
And,
these are people with eyes for talent.
Right, exactly.
They see people who aren't there yet, but they're on their way. Well, and they know they're going places.
They see this rocket ship headed to the moon, and they want to get on early, you know?
Yes.
But while they can, at an affordable rate. Now, when it, you know, a year or two from now, when we're kicking it, you know, and we're up on the top 10 of the charts, it's going to cost a lot more.
And everyone's asking Squirrel, how in the world are you able to afford ads on Earth Oddity? He's like, hey, I got locked in early.
Right. I was there at the beginning. Right. And just, I mean, to any potential advertisers out there listening, this is the time you want to contact us, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're going places. We're partnering with some pretty big companies now. So, you know, let's get on in on it. But really, to our listeners, you're the ones who make all of it possible, and we're depending on you to tell everyone in Michigan and everyone in Kentucky to download our podcast, okay?
Yes.
Everyone that you know, and just find random people on Facebook and send them a message.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? They
share our
block you.
post, you know?
Yeah, share our post, right, yeah.
It's not going to hurt you nothing.
No. So we're just trying to grow the show, trying to let Tiny make a little bit of money here, and, you know, this is our plan. So you're integral in that plan. And we thank you. And all I'm asking you to do is, you know, randomly message people and tell them to listen to our show. Okay, that's all. All
right, now we got to get off here because we have to go interview a lady in Ireland for another show coming up.
Because we're huge, we're blowing up. You know, people don't get it. We're blowing up, Tiny.
So yeah, we got to go, but stay tuned because, you know, fingers crossed. We think we got really something really special on tap.
For real.
All right. You have been listening to Earth Oddity Podcast, and we thank you so much for joining us no matter where you get us, whether you get us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, CastBox, iHeartRadio, Spotify. We're on them all.
Yes.
If you would like to email into the show, you can get us at earthoddity@planetmail.net.
That's right.
If you would like to message us on Twitter, we are _Earth Oddity on Twitter.
Looking at you, orgy people. Let us know what's going on, you know?
Hey, do you like it pictures?
Oh, yeah. I mean, orgy people, be careful there, okay? The DMs are open, though, all right?
You can look at our pictures, _Earth Oddity on Instagram. And if all that fails, you can call us. Yeah. And you can leave us a message. What's that phone number, John?
All right, 662-493-2059. That's the direct number to our Swingers hotline, 662-493-2059.
We hope everyone out there has an excellent week. Earth Oddity for the Fringe Radio Network signing off.
Bye. Love y'all.
Bye. All right.
This has been a very odd production. Thanks for listening.